Welcome back to the Billy Meier Books channel and my personal vlog. This is vlog number 5. Today is Friday, May 30th, and I actually ended up doing some work at the center, and I've shot some video. So I shot some video of where Billy lives. Well, for the people who've been there, it's okay. You've probably seen it, but there's a lot of people who haven't been there. So I shot some video of Billy's house, Bernadette's house, and the garden, and just some garden gnomes, and just some miscellaneous stuff. So I thought you might want to see that. It was a beautiful day today. I did take some time to shoot some video on the different work you might encounter. So if you ever decide to come and visit the Semiosis Silver Star Center in Hinterschmidt, Switzerland, you can do volunteer work. And I wanted to give everybody an idea what type of volunteer work was involved, what type of work you could expect. So this is just one day, but there were some, different things that they gave us. So I shot some video about that, so you might be interested. Also, at the end of this video, I have my summary of Billy's lecture from last Saturday about the new sort of expanded text or expanded understanding of his teaching, of the creational energy teaching, and where he talks about creation energy and creation life energy. So at the end of the video, I do just a little segment on that, sort of a summary. I just made some bullet points from his lecture last Saturday. So with that, let's get into it. This is the main house at the Semiosis Silver Star Center. This is where Billy lives. It's been added on to many times over the years. The bird cage out front there, that caged area on the left side of the screen that you see is like an aviary for birds. Sometimes they're quite loud, but they're a little bit quieter right now, maybe because I'm out here filming. But anyway, it's nice to hear the bird sounds, as you can hear. What's also new for my visit here is all those solar panels. That was something that I didn't have in 2019 during my last visit. So quite a few solar panels up there, probably supplement the power that they get from the grid. So that's obviously real nice. And then as we come around the corner here, this is the front door. So if you come to visit, there's actually a little sign down here. Let's see. A little sign that says visitor's bell in German and in English. And then, of course, over here is the door. And if you come here for a visit, you can just go up there, and there is a button on the side, on the right-hand side. It also says a visitor's bell. And you can push that, and someone will come out and talk with you. This is the secondary house, the one of 2 houses on the property. There's some apartments and things like that as part of the main house. But this is the second main house, and it's been here, for quite a long time, at least as long as the main house is. And on the bottom, down that door there, Bernadette lives, Billy's secretary, who does, all the majority of work for contact reports and record keeping and books and all kinds of things like that. And then this door on the end is a door that goes upstairs to the meditation room. So if you're here and you do meditation, Salome meditation, Pentra meditation, Om meditation, that's all done upstairs. And that's the door that you access to go up there. And let's see if we can get a shot of the window up there. Yeah, there it is. There's an upstairs. And then that's where one of the tractors is kept, in that black door, that barn or whatnot there. So this is the second house on the property at the Semiosis Silver Star Center, and there, back there towards the back of the frame is the main one, where Billy lives. So this is their garden area. It's not very big. Of course, it's tiered because we're on a hill. But they grow vegetables every year here. It's always pretty successful. There's also a greenhouse. They also do some gardening in that. There's tools in there and stuff too, but they also grow different stuff. And a piece of history here. This gate I helped build sometime in the 90s. I don't know. With Silvano and I built it. There was a time when they were just starting to put up fencing, and the deer were coming in and eating eating the vegetables and the garden and stuff. So we had to fence it up, and this gate was one of the projects that I had helped put on, Silvano and I, during one of my trips. I don't know which trip it was, but it was one of the trips. That gate's been up there a long time. It's probably been painted numerous times, but that's one of the projects that I did while I was here. So anyway, this is the garden at the Semyazi Silver Star Center, and it's May of 2025. So as you can see, they're just getting started. There's some more mature stuff in there, but many of them are just seedlings, just sprouting and things like that. So anyway, it's nice garden. This is one of the many garden gnomes at the center. There's a lot of stories behind these, but I can just tell you in general. First of all, these garden gnomes are very common in Switzerland. They're pretty well used all over Switzerland, in many gardens and homes and things like that. They're also here at the center, but these are very close to the size of one of the races that came here to do some cleaning and helps out with energies, things like that. So there is a race, probably there's at least one race that visits Billy and does work around here that are close in size to that. So, very small. So that there's sort of like a double meaning. Not only is it a nice garden gnome, but it's also, representative of a real race of extraterrestrials that come here from time to time. So I thought you might enjoy that little tidbit of a story. Well, if you've ever wondered what volunteer work is like at the Semyazi Silver Star Center, it can be a lot of different things. It can be sweeping, as I'm doing today. I sort of got the light work, nothing heavy. But it could be garden work, it could be trimming trees, it could be picking up sticks. It really generally lighter work. In the olden days, or many years ago, the work was much heavier. Pouring concrete, moving stones, just general, much heavier construction that used to be, earlier on, basically in the early 90s and early 2000s. So it's gotten quite a bit easier. But they assign work based on your abilities too. If you have some physical problems, there's always things you can do. They assigned me sweeping today. Sweep the porch. Pretty easy work. Certainly not complaining. It's a beautiful day out. Last few days have been raining, but there's not a cloud in the sky. It's probably 75 degrees. And, to be here at the center, it's such a beautiful place. And to be able to do work and really just spend some time thinking, while you're doing the work. It's a great experience. So I just wanted to share with you guys what work could be like if you decide to do volunteer work. If you come to visit the Semyazi Silver Star Center, you do volunteer work, and you also get a lot of time to spend with people. There's a gentleman here named Rex who I worked with this morning sweeping. We swept all the way around the main house. So we got to chat. He lives in Hawaii, and we had never met before. He's a passive member, so it was nice to spend some time with him. Get to know him as we worked. So that's always a benefit to do a little bit of work, get to know people, that kind of stuff. So anyway, that's a little short video on the type of work you do if you came to do volunteer work at the Semyazi Silver Star Center. So some of the other work, if you decide to come and visit the center, we do is putting hay into the back of this trailer for some compost. They don't have cows anymore, so we have to use compost. Jakobus, willst du ein Schauspieler? Willst du ein bisschen sagen an mein Kanal, Schöne Grüße oder was noch? Ja?
Was muss ich sagen?
Schöne Grüße to the Billy Meier Books Leuten.
Aha, ja, die kennen mich. Ich bin in der ganzen Welt bekannt.
Ja!
Müssen mich nicht extra,
Du bist schon ein Schauspieler. Vor 20 Jahren oder 50 Jahren.
Schon von 48 Jahren.
Oh,
Ich bin jetzt 48 Jahre hier.
das ist eine lange Zeit.
Ja.
Well, vielen Dank für deine Arbeit durch alle die...
Viel Regen, viel Sturm, viel Schnee.
Ja, durch alles.
Durch alles, ja.
Super. Okay. Well, thank you again. I'll just give you a quick synopsis. We're taking this grass and we're putting it in the back of this trailer here.
Nein, weißt du, Jakobus ist in der ganzen Welt bekannt.
Ehrlich?
Ja.
Warum?
Ja, ein Ding, in Kontaktberichte und
Ja, das stimmt.
und Zeugenbuch und so.
Ja. Alle die Geschichte.
Ja.
Super.
Ja.
Vielen Dank für ein bisschen Gespräch. Das war super.
Okay.
Also dann. So what I haven't done yet is I haven't given you guys a sort of a summary of the lecture Billy gave last Saturday at the passive meeting, the FIGU passive meeting here in Vila, Switzerland. And I wanted to do that just to give sort of a synopsis or a summary of his lecture. Now, he didn't give it. It was read by Bernadette Brand, so Billy wasn't at the meeting, but he wrote this the Saturday before. He wrote this on May 17th, so it was the Saturday before the meeting, like a week before. And this is all new. I mean, this isn't something that we knew before. There's sort of been a distinction now between creation energy and creation life energy. So, everything that he talked about was new to me, and I hadn't heard that. So I wanted to share just a summary. I just sort of made some bullet points of what he talked about and what he described, and just to give you guys an idea of all that kind of thing and bring you up to speed. This will be published in the next contract report 911, which will be published today or tomorrow. Well, so right now it's probably 6 p.m. or so in Switzerland on May 30th. So just calculate your time, when you see this video and when it may come out. So his whole lecture, which there's going to be a lot more than what I've summarized here, but it will come out in Contact 911, which will be published today or tomorrow. So anyway, that said, let's go ahead and just tell you some bullet points. Another thing he mentioned in his article, which I thought that was very interesting, is Nokodemion, which this is the name of Billy's spirit form. I think most people know that, but if you don't, Nokodemion is his spirit form. This is his creation energy, his creation energy that has been around, which it said in his article, for 9 billion years. So that's a long time. The reason why I mentioned that as being important is because at some point, Billy will pass away and we won't have the opportunity for him to write for us anymore. But the Pleiaren have been saving and preserving all of Nokodemion's teachings for that entire period. They're saving it and they're preserving it. So more than likely in the future, maybe, hundreds of years in the future, probably one of the Pleiaren's, a group in their federation, some race or some group in their federation would probably come into contact with the earth and provide the teachings, sharing more as we go on. Now, why do I mention that? Is because some people will say that, Billy gives new information and he's correcting it. Well, nothing that he's ever written is need to be corrected other than typos and things like that. Billy continuously expands the teaching. He expands the teaching more and more as we become more knowledgeable, as we become more used to it, as we think more about it. So this is just an expansion on his previous, and there's probably even more expansions that we may or may not get, depending on, how much time we dedicate to learning about the teaching of the truth, teaching of the creation energy, and teaching of life. So I wanted to make those 2 points. Is he continuously expands. This is an expansion. We haven't heard of this before. And if after he's gone, we still need to, as we grow and learn and become hopefully less warlike and more human-like on this planet, there is an opportunity in the future for other races, sort of allied with the Pleiadians, to provide, Nocodemian's writing at some point in the future, maybe, several hundred years or 1,000 years, or, who knows. So I just wanted to put that all into context for you. So, okay, so to the summary that I wrote. So Billy distinguishes between two types of energies now. So we've heard and known about the creation energy. He now talks about the creation energy and the creation life energy, which together form one unit. So here's some bullet points on how he divides that up. So the creation energy is a purely creative energy through which humans and every other life forms are enlivened. It's sort of like a battery. It sort of gives us power and the ability to live, basically. Creation energy is the actual energy that drives and maintains life and function of the body. So that's also pretty clear. Our personality and our consciousness are enabled to become existent by the creation energy. That's all they do. So the creation energy provides the existence of our personality and our consciousness, sort of like the battery again. It allows it to come alive and be active. The creation energy animates the entire body with life energy and life force, and is a filigree-like dispersed over and throughout the entire body, and thus also distributed in every organ. He's used this term before, filigree-like. If you look it up in the dictionary, it's this integral connection, sort of a web that forms in every cell in our body. So if you think that the creation energy is present in every single cell, that it connects and spirals and connects to every cell in our body, it would sort of form like a creation energy body, sort of one within ours, because if every cell is connected, it would make this sort of matrix type of connection, so this framework of the body. So I thought that was neat. He used that same term, the filigree-like. Look up the word. It'll give you a good idea what that means. And then also, the creation energy does not create any ideas or thoughts and is only animating and preserving life. So that happens in the material consciousness, right? So it doesn't create any ideas or thoughts or anything like that. So the new part is creation life energy. So the creational life energy animates the consciousness and personality with evolutionary energy and power. So once the creation energy forms or gives, like a battery, plugs in to the consciousness and the personality, then the creation life energy gives it evolutionary power and enables it to evolve. The creation life energy continuously collects knowledge from the unconscious of the human consciousness in the form of impulses and accumulates it in an evolutionary process to form wisdom. So this is the creation life energy. The creation life energy is located in the colliculus superior. This is the one we've talked about before, and is evolutionary active and guides the impulses of thinking, ideas, and illusions, etc. The creation life energy is evolutionarily active and does not develop ideas, thoughts, or feelings. Again, this is from the material consciousness. So the creation life energy doesn't develop ideas or thoughts or anything like that. The creation life energy enables the transfer of impulses from energetically stored knowledge from past existences. This is a process that occurs absolutely unconscious for human beings. So we're not aware of it. The impulses are stored knowledge from past existences. So we're not aware of that. It's probably on the unconscious side. And then just as far as a life cycle, anybody who's been following Billy knows about the birth, living, death, and then rebirth cycle. So after death, the creation energy, as well as the creation life energy, processes all the knowledge and wisdom previously acquired by the personality during a state of rest, which is commonly called the beyond or the hereafter or the death realm or that type, or the death life, those types of things. This processing continues until the creation life energy is ready to transfer into the fetus of a newly conceived human being on the 21st day after conception. in order to trigger the new consciousness and personality to grow from scratch, so to say. So once the creation energy and the creation life energy transfer into the new fetus on the 21st day, it triggers the consciousness and the personality to grow from scratch, from all completely brand new. There's nothing left over from the previous life. So this is the creation life energy is the triggering and the actual energy that promotes evolution, that promotes that that growth or that movement. So I did translate one quote, and I have to say I do know some German. I'm not a German expert. I'm not fluent in German or anything like that. But I did translate one quote from Billy from this lecture that he did at the Passive meeting. So it is, and I quote: "The creation energy and the creation life energy together always form a unity, because only together do they produce with their energy and power the factor that enables life to come into existence and to exist in an evolutionary manner. This has not been explained with regard to the creational teaching up till now, because in the creation energy teaching, it was first necessary for the learner to become clear and conscious of the fact that in all cases, only through the clear and powerful creation energy can all life come into existence at all. And not only the human beings, the human-like beings, and the human different beings, etc., but also all life forms of fauna and flora of the land, the air, and the waters." End quote. So there you go. Billy's talking about that this is new. It was first necessary for us to learn some of the other things, and then he's now expanding on this. So that's my summary. I thought that was very interesting to find out that there's creation energy and then creation life energy, and that they work together. And that's part of the evolutionary process. So I wanted you to hear it here first. Thank you for following along. Thank you for being a subscriber of the Billy Meier Books channel. And we'll see you on the next vlog. Okay, that's about all for this vlog number 5. I will tomorrow publish the first of our video series that Vivian and I did here. We ended up recording 18 different topics of videos. And the one I'll probably show tomorrow is the last one. Basically a summary of our time together. So I'm hoping to get time to edit that tomorrow, Saturday. And if I do, I will publish the first of that series tomorrow. If not, if for some reason I don't get a chance to do the editing, then what I will do is pick up the questions. There's some new questions, and there's still some questions I didn't answer. So if you have questions you'd like to ask me, put them down in the comments, and I will get those questions answered either Saturday or Sunday, another vlog with Q&A type of thing. So please keep the questions to teaching of the truth, teaching of the creation energy, teaching of life. I'm not going to answer, UFO prophecies or anything like that. Michael Horn has a channel, and he does 100 times better job than I do. I'm not very knowledgeable, in that kind of stuff. And, the proof stuff and all that kind of stuff. And he does a great job. So if you're interested in asking questions or learning more about that, you can go to his channel, They Fly. I think it's theyfly.com. You can Google it and it'll come right up. So anyway, for Billy Meier Books, it's just about Billy's teaching, the creation energy teaching, and that's it. So please keep the questions to that, and I will answer them, and I will respond to you. If you put a question or something, I will get back to you. So anyway, thank you again for being a subscriber to the Billy Meier Books YouTube channel. This is the end of vlog 5, and stay tuned for the next one.